Nashville thing, man. You know, we got the shooting that done happened and occurred again. It's another one.
Yeah.
I don't find much different in what's going on, but I am a little shocked by the media coverage of the shooting. Uh, I don't recall a time where there's been a mass shooting and right away the media comes out in support of the shooter, making excuses for why the shooter would have done such terrible things, and then claims that the community that the shooter comes from is
The
the
blame.
actual and not the victims of the shooter. I don't, I'm struggling with the media coverage of this. Your thoughts on
Like I
that?
said, I mean, we know why, because the media supports. They don't want no kind of dirt thrown on the transgender community. It's simple as that. To me, they're giving the excuses and reasons why. On this one, the media coverage isn't nowhere near as intense. The cries for gun control and stuff afterwards are nowhere to be seen. It's just the parents down there that went through this that has anything to say right now, and their coverage is at a moderate level. So I think it goes to the grander scheme of, um, is there a problem with these shootings? Definitely. Is the media coming short to protect uh, their own agenda at this point instead of covering the situation in general? Yes, they are. Um, the shooting of these children is far more important than any agenda that anyone could have. Because I don't care what the world is going through. The children ain't got nothing to do with it. So I personally, because I kind of fall. I was listening to, I think it was, there might have been Joe Rogan or somebody yesterday. I was listening to quite a few podcasts, but anyway, the question came up as far as gun rights, and this is where I kind of, to me, the gun right argument is this is where it's at this point. To me, is there a reason to have a 50 clip weapon? No, it is not. Is there a reason to have multiple weapons in your home? No, there is not. Is there a reason to have a stockpile of bullets? No, there is not. If the true reason you have them is for hunting, home protection, or some kind of shooting sport. Other than that, you have it as a fetish and as an ego trip and a power trip, which is a lot of the causes of what we're seeing today. When people get a weapon in their hand, a lot of them become someone that they are not. They'll take risks that they normally wouldn't. So now the true question is this to me: do we still have a right as Americans to have the tools necessary to have a revolution? If the answer is yes, then we have to put up with the side effects of Americans having guns. If the answer is no, well, then we need to take steps to get rid of them all because we no longer have the responsibility as a society to own them.
Okay, I want to push back a little bit on something you said there. Yeah, yeah, I want to push back a little bit because I have a different, excuse me, a little bit of different approach as far as firearms and owning firearms and how many firearms, what type of firearms, and how much ammunition the one tends to have, and everything like that. I don't, I don't find that, I don't find that as the problem, and I don't think there should be any restrictions on it. Uh, the problem that I'm seeing is that it's way too easy for criminals to get a hold of firearms.
I disagree with you there.
And and I think that there are not enough things and there's not enough ways or enough challenges put in place to chase down certain red flags um, when it comes to people's mental stability, whether if that person has access to firearms or not. I think we're at a stage in life where we're almost not caring about mental illness anymore. And I know in my eyes, it's because it's an effort to take certain mental illnesses and normalize them. We're but it's like the red flags be going off, and even people after these mass shootings and stuff, and people be talking about it who know these people and be like, "Man, them red flags was blaring," and it's like I don't know. I don't think mental illness is being taken serious enough in this country no more, and I think that guns are way too easy for criminals to get a hold of. Now, what I meant by when I wanted to push back on what you were saying, why you because I know you want to get ready to push back on what I just said about criminals getting too easy for criminals to get hold of guns. What I was pushing back on as far as you talking about people who wanna have multiple type of guns and multiple ammunitions and stuff, we don't say that when people, like, wanna go buy pickup trucks and say, you don't need a pickup truck to get back and forth to work, you don't even have" you know what I'm saying? Or when people go put rims on their cars, "You don't need this," or you know what I'm saying? We don't say that with anything else that people buy and stuff that are just as dangerous. If people wanna kill people with a car, I guarantee you if I wanna use a car, I kill way more people than I can with a gun, way faster, before they
I
take me down.
disagree. I disagree.
Shit, we've seen them. 'Em. We've seen
People,
'em mow down.
a vehicle has another purpose. Okay, a weapon has one purpose: to kill. Period.
No,
Whether it's an animal,
a vehicle has one purpose,
transportation.
transportation.
A weapon has one purpose: to kill. Animal, human being, a target.
Okay,
That's his
you can put it
tool.
like
That's what it is.
that. You can put it like that, but I think the technical term might be looking for self-defense.
Still killing.
I mean, okay, listen,
Self-defending.
listen,
So
listen, listen,
so let me ask you
listen.
this.
Let me tell you this. When it comes to self-defense, all right, where I stand, okay? So we don't even have to have a needless conversation about it because I stand firmly on this. When it comes to self-defense, I am defending my life and or the life of others. I have absolutely no problem with ending your life. Your life is gone before I pull my pistol. I'm telling you now ahead of time. I've already made it up in my mind. I'm not pulling it to show you. My life is in danger. You're dead. Period. There's no end discussion. I don't want a knife in self defense of me and my family. I don't want a stick. I'm not about to use my hands. My life, my family's life is in danger. You are the threat. This is how I eliminate the threat. The threat is eliminated. I'm moving on with my life. Period.
Okay, still a weapon used to
If
kill.
yes, if it's multiple
Imagine,
people, listen,
imagine this.
hold on.
Imagine this.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. If it's multiple individuals coming into my house, I'm not grabbing the pistol. I'm going a little deeper back for that. I guarantee you, I'm going to have enough to make sure that those 3, 4 individuals have plenty of reason not to come no further. Listen, I'm not gonna tell people what they can or can't use to defend themselves, man. That is freaking ludicrous to me, man. It's like
Well,
giving the criminals an upper hand. Like,
I'm
oh,
okay with that
we
because
know that you can only use a knife, so I'm just gonna keep on shooting you up. Come
oh,
on, man.
okay, let me ask you a question. How many of the mass shootings in the past, I'll give you 20 years, was done by a criminal?
All of them.
No, they wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't a criminal until they done that shooting.
That made them a criminal. They're criminals. That's a
They
silly
wasn't.
question.
That's my
How
point.
many
No,
of
it's
them
not.
were how
No,
many of
it's
them were
not
done?
because your
All of them.
concept
All
is
of
that your concept is that criminals only get weapons.
them. That's not
No,
what I said. That's not
legal
what I said.
legal
No,
people. Okay,
no. That's why I addressed both issues. I purposely separated and addressed both issues. It is way too easy for criminals to get firearms. Period. We in America have gotten to a point where we stop addressing mental illnesses. Maybe in efforts to try to normalize some mental illnesses, but we are failing on identifying and addressing mental illnesses. Those are two
what a
separate
mental
issues.
illness is
Those are two
today
separate issues.
is not tomorrow. What a mental illness isn't
I
today
don't
is
care about the
tomorrow.
politics of it. I understand. You can argue that. The point is we are treating mental illnesses like they're normal. And as a result of it, there are other mental illnesses that are going unchecked in society, even though the red flags are going off.
I agree. And the biggest mental illness today is being an American citizen. We should lose our rights to own a weapon because we no longer deserve it. We're not responsible, and we cannot handle the responsibility of owning a
That,
weapon today.
that is that is beyond senseless. That just doesn't even make sense. Like I said, those are the two issues. Now, if you want to show me where there's another issue that is toppling those two things, I'm open to hear it. But those are the two things that need to be addressed. Not attacking law-abiding citizens and their rights to bear arms. That's not the solution. It's not going to stop criminals, and it's not going to help. It's not going to help with mental illnesses. Okay, period.
If you took, I don't like, I think police officers don't need to have no weapons. There's enough lethal, non-lethal weapons out there in the world that could definitely equip your average beat cop. Okay, uh, gun buybacks. Yes, I do believe that if we was able to get the guns in the country down, let's say it got down to 15%, things would be better.
And then one like me can take the exact same argument and flip it and say, let's get the guns up to 100% ownership and things will be a lot better. We won't have no more school shootings. We won't have no more mass shootings because people only target the easy targets. You know what I'm saying? They go to the grocery stores that they know in the cities and states that they know that ain't nobody able to carry no guns. They go to places where they go to schools where kids and teachers are not going to be carrying guns. There might be a security officer slash police officer in the school, maybe. You know what I'm saying? They go to these soft, easy targets on purpose. And people's solution is to create more soft targets. That's crazy.
No, because
That's
the
just
solution, no,
ridiculous.
it's not. Because these people are buying these weapons as legal, law abiding citizens. Okay. Most of these crimes are being done by weapons that are bought legally. Okay. Mental illness. Okay, fine. But, like I said,
Okay, fine.
wait a minute.
Can't
No,
you
wait,
say
no,
that?
no, 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 I can't because
The reason that some of them
mental
are legal.
illness only goes so far.
But
Mental
listen,
illness is
would you agree with
classified as
this?
one thing that no, because
How you gonna say no before you even hear it?
you still have people buying them legally.
Okay,
Whatever
now
you make the law,
yes, yes. Now let me ask you this on that point. Okay. If mental illnesses were being identified and sought out more aggressively and the red flags were taken more serious, then those same legal gun purchases would not be legal because they would have been flagged before they tried to purchase it on many levels. When you have somebody who's talking up who done had police at their house because they done told they family, I'm killing you and everybody else in this neighborhood and everything else, and they still are able to go buy a legal gun that ain't sending up no mental. There's a broken system there that's allowing this purchases to still be legal. That doesn't mean take guns out of legal people, out of legal citizens' hands. That means we need to stop letting people who having these mental illnesses be able to buy firearms so easy. No, you can't identify all mental illnesses before they break, before they happen at all times. No, but there has to be a steady standard and obligation to go after it before it happens, and stop normalizing the stuff that's norm that's fucking crazy.
I'll go
That
with that. I like your law. I would support stronger mental illness laws and consideration and red flags, and then I'll just make everybody legally crazy as the fuck and still get rid of them. I'll take it.
I mean, look, one way or another, you can spin it and market however you want. Everybody gonna try to do it for their own ways of getting their political agendas across. Listen, whatever. All I'm saying is, period, point blank, the solution to mass shootings that we keep hearing about, the mass shootings. I'm specifically talking about mass shootings. There has to be more emphasis on getting guns out of the hands of the mentally ill. If
And
once the
you
once
support putting more
once
security in
once
the schools?
once those flags show up, uh, there's a yes and no answer to me on that one. More security, allowing maybe even allowing trained teachers to carry firearms, who's definitely not nowhere near showing any signs of mental breakdowns, because we don't need no teachers going off creating mass shootings neither. You know what I'm saying? Now we can't catch everybody, but I mean, yeah, definitely got to be some serious, you know what I'm saying, evaluations there or whatever. However, arming teachers or something along that line, or training and arming teachers, I could see that approach. Maybe even uh more trained armed security guards, but actually really trained armed security guards, ex-military, ex-police, something like that. I could see stuff like that. I am not. I've always been against, and I still am. I am not a fan of police officers being in the schools, because it creates a situation that I've seen happen way too many times over this past 2 decades, where Negro kids are being criminalized before they hit the age of 18 because of shit that's happening at schools. It wouldn't even happen if there wasn't a fucking police officer at that school. And
Right.
that shit's got to stop. It's got
Yeah,
to stop. You know
I
what I'm
agree
saying?
with that. But there's consequences to every solution. That's why there is no right solution. You just choose one.